Hello and welcome. Yig here. Today we are looking at Grimdark Survivors demo. This is a roguelite, kind of somewhat like God of Weapons, Brotato-ish. So, if you do like those, there's some interesting features to this one. So, if you would like to play this, I will link to the Steam page in the description. Hopefully the demo will still be up. If you want to help the channel grow, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Alright, so in your arsenal is what's in there right now. There's just some upgrades for these. These do not appear to be clickable, but then again, who knows? I could have done something wrong. Hey, it reset my thing when I did it. So normally I had increased the rarity in the shop because that's usually a really good thing to do. I'm thinking though, even that's such a minuscule amount, I think it might actually end up helping more than that did. So we'll just put that last point there, and we'll go ahead and put the last point there. Okay, there. So now we've got that spent. That's what's in the demo. There's actually a bunch of characters in the demo. I was like shocked at how many characters are in this thing. So we are going to go with Powerbot here, mostly because I like luck. And you can trade hit points for a lot of stats. There are other ones. Each of them have their own little kind of thing. And some of them are very dramatic in what they do. And some are kind of more in the, like this guy. He's just, I think he's probably your default guy. So, or like this guy, he has just one more storage, which actually is a lot because you only have 3. I'm sure some of that will be in the upgrade trees and things like that. So we're going to stay with him though. And then for weapons, now if you do the campaign like we're going to do, you're going to have different weapons for each. I'm going to do the not Stormbolter over here. I'm going to do the totally not Stormbolter. When you go through a campaign, I haven't tried endless mode yet, but when you go through a campaign, we'll jump in there, you go through a number of different fights. I have not gotten far because, man, I'm just not good enough. But the reason I mentioned that was because if you go to this first one, and we jump in there, right now we have a plus 20% damage modifier for us, which is pretty nice. All right, and I did find that ranged was a lot easier. Lot easier. Like melee, by the time you get close enough, and you're running at packs that you don't have enough cleave to really get through with the first couple of weapons from my experience. So, kind of a bummer on that, but we just want to soak as much XP in this first wave as possible. Just like normal. So, now here's where it gets cool. We don't have all of these slots. We don't have all the slots for all the weapons we'll acquire over the course of an entire game. And then at each sector you do in the campaign, you get reset back to. So your initial decision of your weapon is actually kind of important, because when we finish this entire sector, we'll get reduced back down to this instead of having all the other stuff that we had. Now, this is a melee slot, so I don't really have anything to put this in. I like the saws so far, but both of these are pretty good. I don't remember if I like the knives. I do remember I like the shurikens because they did the normal, like, flying out from you. But I think we're going to grab the saws again. And this is what I was saying about storage. We have 3 points of storage, so having an extra one for that guy is actually a pretty big advantage. It does support the combination of weapons, just like sort of your rotatos and those kind of things. Crowbar's not actually a weapon. We're going to stay with that, though. That thing gets really good. Okay, shall we take the chainsaw? I mean, I'm tempted to take the chainsaw. These are its individual stats, so that's 5 damage, and it does have a pretty decent range. Oh, if we get it to tier 7, it's 100%. That's tempting. I want to use something I haven't used yet, so let's do one more reroll here. Okay, well, I'm going to buy the sword and we're going to use it, but, and that's a big but, we're going to probably switch it out. Hopefully for the spear. I haven't tried the spear, and I haven't tried the axe. So, most of the time you seem to have at least one, all the characters I played so far had one melee, one range, one not right. It's actually the yellow slot that we start with. We start with one melee, but the other slot can hold anything. It can hold an ability. It can hold a ranged weapon, or it can hold a melee weapon. And if you see, like right there, it says that. And the abilities are these things. All right. So on some level ups, we get these. You can trade a lot of things for range. and just crit helps you. But I end up with a lot of things for range because you can trade that stat for a lot of other stats. And I know that sounds kind of strange, but yeah, I've used the hammer. The hammer was great. So I wish this was an actual sword because it looks so cool. We could just tear up our sword. No. I want to try that. I want to try the spear. The AK was really good. I played it. I ran that in one roll. Let's see. Man, it just doesn't like me on this. Maybe I gotta get a little more luck. I'll bet you that's what it is. There's a crystal pickup, and I don't know where I got it. I think I got it for the one match that I actually won. And you need those crystals to heal mid-run. So if you don't have them, you're kind of gonna need to pick for regen at some point or another just to be able to survive, because otherwise they're gonna chip damage you to death. And that is not a good way to go. Oh, we're getting everything we can. Ooh, what's that achievement? Nice. Achievements do your out-of-game meta currency. That was what we were spending on. Oh. An AoE size, especially, that affects these like a lot. And that's that's really good. Okay. I like that. Let's see. I feel like we take the visor here. Get our crit started. All right. We have 5 armor, but I don't want to give it up even for an extra 10% crit chance. I think that's not necessarily good. Well, it could be a good trade for us because we are shooting a lot of bullets. We're shooting a lot of bullets. Okay, so we'll have to get that armor back somehow. Yeah, it definitely wants us to stay with the sword. All right, let's just combine those. Buy that. Combine those. Now our sword's doing great damage. Oh my. Which is good because once you start hitting like about the, I want to say maybe even this wave, but I want to say like almost every time by the 5th wave, it feels like you're getting just absolutely swamped. Those guys will just sit there and snipe you from the edge of the screen forever. And they make it so hard to play a melee. Ah, the robot guy has so much hit points. Shoo. Oh. And he just sits there. Again, he's another one of those. He just sits there taking pot shots at you from like off in the distance. Like, and he has so many hit points. It's crazy. Now, I enjoyed the game when I checked it out, so I did want to show it here because there's some really cool stuff going on. And I did like the fact. I do enjoy like the potato likes. I find them to be very simple to play when you just want to chill out and not have to worry about things. And they do a great job for that. So for me, it's one of those cool ones. Pickup radius. Yay! See? Now we're just going to trade attack speed for some of that built up. We'll just lock that. For some of our built up range. So there's some stats that if you pay attention to what gets used a lot, which is, I find that hit point regen, hit points, and range are very easy to build, and they give a lot of opportunities to trade, do more or less neutral trades, because most of the things in this game, most of the upgrades in this game have negatives. So you're trading something for something. So if you can find as things that trade for a lot of things, you can make a lot of neutral trades that'll just rank you up where it's like, okay, I can trade this for this, 2 points here for 3 points over here, and then I can trade 1 point of this over here to get those 2 of those points back or something like that. So there's a lot of ways to do trades in these games where you're coming out with a net positive over here and very little else. Oh, nice. We have general slots on all 3 of them. Ooh, let's see. We got dodge 10%. This one just doesn't do anything? That's a bit of a bummer. I think we'll go with the dodge 10% then. Yes. Look at us. 20% chance to dodge. Now, we can actually put these in here right now. We do have another selection. These do not, that I know of. I'm going to check again. I do not believe they combine. No. So, I don't know how much they're worth after that. Kind of. Like, okay, I want that. And then we have our last thing going there. We do have a little bit of health growth, but not a lot. Okay, we'll just go right into it. Oh yeah, once you start moving those weapons up in ranks and stuff, they do really good too. So yeah, now we got our saw blades out here, and those things really do a good job when you're like trying to get chests and stuff. Because sometimes I find the chests don't get shot very easily. You be standing there rubbing up against the chest like, hey, any day now. But the saw blades kind of fix that problem pretty quick. Plus, they also help you out if things get in bad breath distance. You can be like, okay, no, we got this. We do need to get. I think we still need to get a little bit of regen, a little bit of life regen. Hopefully, it won't hurt us too badly. There's some things that give just straight regen. Some of the rolls that some of the things do have just straight stats, certain stats. So this section has straight stats with almost never having a negative. And those are all down here, and you can kind of get some good stats off that. We'll probably do this because we're getting up there, but our damage is still really low. We could drop 2 regen. I don't want to, though, so we're not going to. All right. Oh, look at us go. We're already up to purple on there. Yeah. All right, let's see. We have a decent amount of luck. I still don't want to trade it off, though. We can trade 6% more of range for 12% more. Oh, we need to get more range, though. I think we still do it, though, because that's a lot of attack speed. We're going to do it for this one, and then we'll go to wave. We're a little bit shorter on our range now, but our fire rate is looking good. All right. Yeah, there's about I have about 3 or 4 games like this, 3 or 4 more demos that I've checked out that have been really cool. One of them, developer sent it to me. Some of them, though, I've had a little problems. I'm like, this is me. I'm like a bug magnet. Like, if there's a bug in your game, I will find it. It will 100%. I feel like. So sometimes I expect it, though, because a lot of times I'm like trying to see how bad, what can I do to this engine? How bad can I make a billion can I make a billion points and, you know, execute 1,000 bullets on the screen, that kind of thing, like in most bullet heavens? Like, you test that stuff. So you run into bugs. I have been running into a lot of bugs. A lot. All right, let's see here. We don't have any movement speed, so we can't really trade that, because that would be an uncomfortable trade. We just don't want that. We'll definitely take more pickup range. Ooh, blue sword, blue sword. There we go. Now we got a purple sword. Oh, and it changes. This one gets more decorative. This one, oh, that's cool. All right. This is half tempting because we're just increasing the spawn amount, but I would lose 10% of my dodge because apparently the king don't dodge. Ooh. Nope, we're past that. So, medkit. We could lose. We only have. What do we have? We have 21, and we gain 2 each level. I kind of. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. We gain 2 each level, so we'll be able to make up for it. 10% more crit, but I don't really want to lose any more armor. I want to build armor at this point. If we can build armor at this point, that'll be good. Or if we can just get our cooldown reduction down to, like, just bonkers. I want to do a run that does full abilities. It doesn't seem like it's possible to start, because you start with a gun and no real stats for it, but I feel like an ability build with one of the cards would be really cool, because it's got a it chunks 5 points off your physical damage. So generally your gun and physical weapon and your melee, but it gives you 100% cooldown on cooldown reduction, as well as a boost to the ability damage, which would be like the saw blades here. So I'm thinking you could do some pretty strong builds with that, and you can get some kooky stuff going. So Yeah, I really enjoyed this, and I like the art style. I also like the fact that I'm just running around in a little power armor, being all chunky. Magic damage, magic damage. Magic damage is ability damage, so mystical is ability. Do we go with the crit? That gets us to 20 and 10. That's a little low on extra damage from it. The extra plus 8% damage. I feel. Oh, yeah. There we go. There we go. We got some more range to trade away. Yeah. The bonfire is kind of cool because it reduces your prices for everything, but it also increases their damage and how many of them there are. I like how many of them there are. That's one I kind of really dig as an upgrade. That one's made it pretty easy. We got 19. We could get 2 armor off with that by the rabbit's foot. I'm drawing dead over here. We don't have anything good. Let's see. We have tons of that. I could actually crank. Oh, wait. We traded 10. See, that's what I'm saying. We traded 10 luck to get 5. So here's our neutral trade. We traded 10 luck to get 5 regen and some health. But now we're going to trade 2 regen to get 20 luck. So we come out better off in the long run. We can do it again, too. That's a lot of luck. No. I think we're good. I think we're good. Yeah, being able to that's a beautiful trade. That's a absolutely wonderful trade. Like that is luck though. I mean, like you gotta get both of those to come up. So those are the fun ones though. When you get just good ones, it's like, yeah. Yeah, I do enjoy these when I want to just this style game. I think the most when I'm just kind of wanting to chill out. I don't really want to think about anything. I just want to zone out and play some video games. See some bright lights and flashes. So, you know, this to me, that's this kind of game. This is the kind of game where you chill out because you only really have one room in here and you don't really have much else. You don't really have to explore or do anything like that. You can just chill and dodge for your... Depending on how your build's going, you might be dodging a lot or you might be dodging a little. Ooh, nice. Thank that box for showing up right underneath of us. That was kind of nice of it. Ooh, I wonder if that blue thing's my crystal that I use for that. All right. So, as you go along, you will get these. You will get more slots that you can put it in, and we've done that once there. This is a melee exclusive, ranged exclusive, and then a general. And then there's also an ability exclusive slot too. I think this is hit points 2 for regen. And I think that's our best bet right there. Not only is it a full on... I wish I could combine these. I feel like I should... It's hard to... Ooh, do we want that in there? I mean, it's not terrible. It actually throws it. So we could do that. We don't really have any bonus damage in anything yet, so that maybe does that define our build? Oh, hey, look, we can get our range. Bam! Now we're back. And we can trade our range for some extra dodge and crit chance. That's why I said ranges. When you can select range, it's kind of good because these bosses are rough. By the way, I have gotten my butt kicked by these bosses more than a few times. Part of it is the other two guys, this guy and this other guy down here, causing like just absolute pain for you. Thankfully, we seem to have had it under control this time, which is not bad. Oh, I think I almost ate that one. I did almost eat that one, but dodge came out for the win. Oof. One of these days I'm gonna have enough damage and I will kill you, boss. I wonder what he drops. Just a ton of XP or something. Man, he's got so many hit points. Oh, he was the final boss. Oh, that would explain it. We unlocked an achievement. Gained 3 character levels in 1 round. Hey, we did good there. So yeah, this is kind of like a similar to Brotato, similar to one of those things. I think it's actually super fun, and the building out and being within the constraints of like what slots you get as a ran or as your RNG and things like that, and what kind of weapons you get. I think it actually ends up being really super fun because each run seems to feel a little bit different. In one run, I might get 2 ability slots. Another one, I might not ever get a straight ability slot, or I had one run out of I think I did about 5 runs, and one of them like I everything that dropped was a melee slot except for like 2. So it was cool. It was cool. It gave me a lot of replayability. I liked it. It was fun, and you can continue. That's not the end of the demo. That's just the end of that one sector. You can actually continue and go through this whole sector. So like it's you can go in there and you then you have enemy modifiers on some of them and things like that, and it actually ends up being very cool. So this has been Grimdark Survivors. If you enjoyed this, again, there's a link to the Steam page in the description. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, I hope you come back for the next one. And most of all, as always, I hope you have a great day.